In today's news, another male tourist dies while out at sea, and 7 new COVID-related deaths recorded in the BVI, with 2 below the age of 50. We also see an Agriculture and Fisheries Marketing Authority proposed, and 200,000 passengers annually expected at the new West End ferry terminal when completed. Viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Live stream cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
Welcome everyone, it's Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. I'm Kamal Haynes, coming to you live from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. A happy Tuesday to one and all, and thank you so much for joining us. Our viewers, we start today's newscast on a sad note. For the second time in just under a week, a tourist has been found unresponsive and pronounced dead after being retrieved from the territory's waters. Well, this was confirmed by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in a statement issued to local media, which revealed that an elderly male visitor was pronounced dead on Monday, February 7th, after being pulled from surrounding waters near Peter Island. Well, the statement said, and I quote, "Well, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is reporting a 75-year-old male visitor to the territory was retrieved unresponsive from the water near Peter Island yesterday and subsequently pronounced dead. Initial inquiries suggest that he fell overboard just after noon while sailing a moorings yacht," end quote. But the police said investigations are ongoing. Meanwhile, last Thursday, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force confirmed that another male tourist was found unresponsive at Devil's Bay on Virgin Gorda. Well, it alleged that the incident took place around 9 a.m. on the previous day. At the time, the danger flag alerting residents and visitors of the dangers of the water was being flown. We obviously would like to wish and send our condolences to the families of those 2 tourists who lost their lives due to those unforeseen and unfortunate incidents. Moving on, viewers, to some more sad stories where the British Virgin Islands has recorded 7 additional COVID-related deaths, with 2 reportedly below the age of 50. This was confirmed in a media release from the Ministry of Health dated Monday, February 7th, which said the new total COVID-related death toll in the territory now stands at 58. But this is an increase from the 51 which was published in the January 31st epidemiological summary. Well, despite an increase of 7, the latest release from the ministry only provided information for the 5 of the 7 latest casualties. According to the ministry, the 5 deaths were recorded between January 13th and 16th and confirmed to be COVID-related following investigations. Well, the release said, and I quote, "The deceased are a 46-year-old female and died on January 23rd, an 84-year-old male who died on January 14th, a 59-year-old male who also died on January 14th, a 93-year-old female who died on January 15th, and a 30-year-old male who died on January 16th. Well, this brings the death as a result of COVID to 58, end quote. Well, viewers, Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Ronald Georges said that the 5 additional deaths met the World Health Organization's criteria for deaths ascribed by COVID-19. He's assured the public that all necessary precautions to safeguard the community were taken as a team at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital has been advised to treat all COVID deaths as infectious. Dr. Georges also assured that the analysis conducted by the Chief of Medical Staff Office was critical in determining whether COVID-19 played a role in each of the recent deaths that occurred at home. He said the objective was to determine whether COVID was a contributory factor or an incidental factor and was necessary for reporting purposes. The acting CMO therefore encouraged persons who may be affected by COVID to seek medical care early, especially if experiencing severe symptoms. Dr. Georges also warned of the dangers associated with treating oneself at home. Well, viewers, moving on to our final story before the break, where last night the government of the Virgin Islands held a virtual public meeting regarding the proposed Food Security and Sustainability Bill. Well, as previously reported, one of the major proposals of the new bill is the establishment of a new statutory body. the Virgin Islands Agriculture and Fisheries Marketing Authority. Well, Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth Affairs, Fisheries and Agriculture, Ms. Tessa Smith, explained the reasoning behind the proposal of the statutory body, as well as what is expected from the provisions that have been included in the bill. Take a look.
In terms of the Virgin Islands Agriculture and Fisheries Authority, generally it was supported. Of course, in all things, you would have some people that weren't supported, but we generally got support for the authority, and because it was seen that the authority could be more agile than a government agency, for instance, in response to market forces and in income-generating initiatives. And it could also provide the farmers and fishers with a collective voice and provide key services for sustaining their businesses, such as insurance and management of disaster funding. This was seen as essential to building strong industries and, by extension, a more diverse and robust Virgin Islands economy. In terms of the authority, there was some concern. The major one being that the authority, whether or not it could be sustainable and whether it would increase any financial burden on government. And that was the main concern with the idea of an authority. And within the bill, there were ways in which we've proposed to address these concerns, and one being that the establishment, operation and maintenance of the complex would be that they would purchase and then resell locally caught and produced fish, meat and produce, similar to the way that the fishing complex would used to buy fish from the fishermen and then resell. Ownership and lease of property was another way in which is proposed that the authority could generate income and be more sustainable. And also the idea of part ownership of the authority by fishers and farmers to encourage these sectors to really work together under the theme of food security, food sovereignty, and really would want to incentivize membership and use of the complex by fishers and farmers.
Well, viewers, that was the Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth Affairs, Fisheries, Sports and Agriculture, Ms. Tessa Smith. Well, viewers, up next, 200,000 passengers annually expected at the new West End Ferry Terminal when completed, and the BVI Cancer Society rebrands with new logo and slogan unveiled. But these and more stories went to it for news returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Bojangara, Jackson Lake, not forgetting Antigata. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly, Ron Grant, raising a generation of greatness.
Welcome back, viewers. Well, some 200,000 persons per annum are expected to utilize the state-of-the-art new West End Ferry Terminal once it is completed by the November 2023 deadline period. Well, this projection comes from the Premier and Minister of Finance, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, during a public meeting that was held on Sunday, February 6th, to discuss the preliminary designs of the new ferry terminal. Viewers, take a listen.
When this project is finished, it is projected that it will be able to facilitate about 200,000 passengers per year. And that's the projection. I'm projecting that it will be more, but that is the ballpark figure that we're looking at. I want to say in terms of passengers and traffic, that the Western Terminal was basically ranked in the top 2 in the Virgin Islands for traffic and even with revenue intake. So you can see losing the full use of the Western Ferry Terminal also creates a dent in the revenue making for government. So it's important that we get it back up to speed.
Well, according to the preliminary designs, which were provided by German company Inros Lackner SE, the new facility will consist of solar panel technology and will be built to be resilient against natural disasters. A contractor and contract supervisor for the Caribbean Development Bank, Sergio Dantas, who is also the project manager for the Recovery and Development Agency, said the plans are to commence construction from July 2022 with hopes of completing the project by November 2023.
This here shows an outline or tentative construction schedule for the entire Western Ferry Terminal, inclusive construction, access road, parking areas, terminal building, private vessel jetty, and utilities. And based on the assumption that construction work would commence on the 1st of July this year, then we would assume that the construction works could be completed by end of November in 2023. So this is challenging, but it would be possible.
Well, viewers, the contract for the design and management services of the new West End Ferry Terminal was awarded back in August 2021 at a total value of $1,048,909. Now moving on, viewers, to our final story before the next commercial break, where for almost 25 years, the BVI Cancer Society has been the voice and beacon of light for cancer patients, survivors, and family members affected by the deadly disease. But the BVI Cancer Society has now rebranded with a focus on gender equality among patients. Well, 284's Ron Grant has the story.
The BVI Cancer Society turned a new chapter in its close to 25-year-old history on Friday, February 4th, 2022, when the organization unveiled its new logo and slogan as part of its grand rebranding campaign. The event, which was held at Village Key Conference Room on the date internationally known as World Cancer Day, was an official declaration of the organization's plans to do more in the fight against all types of cancers. President of the BVI Cancer Society, Miss Gloria Foy, explained that the rebrand was necessary. She stated that male cancer patients were not seeking support because of the assumption that the organization catered only to female cancer patients. Foy said that the rebrand's main aim is to debunk the myth and make it clear that the BVI Cancer Society is an across-the-board support service provider.
Today is a very special day for the BVI Cancer Society. Not only is it the date of a brand rebrand, but it is a day when hearts and minds around the globe reflect on the damaging effects of cancer. It is World Cancer Day, and the BVI Cancer Society deemed this time a fitting moment to commence the next chapter of our cancer awareness journey. The BVI Cancer Society was started in the mid-90s, and we can all agree that a lot has changed since then. Our organization was started by 3 friends who were unfortunately diagnosed with breast cancer. Today, one of those members is still a part of the organization, Mrs. Astrid Winsky. At the start, breast cancer was the focus, but that changed. In the years to follow, the BVI Cancer Society grew to the point where I was fortunate enough to be elected president. I can tell you that the BVI Cancer Society over the years has been lending support in the fight against all cancers. But sadly, we have also been battling the perception that we are only a breast cancer organization. For years, we have been quietly dispelling this incorrect information. The BVI Cancer Society has been vocal about our interest in all cancers. Yet, we know that especially male cancer patients are not coming to us as they should. We decided that it's time that we made it clear, and I mean abundantly clear, that we are not about one form of cancer. We care about all forms of cancer. Thank you. And so the decision was made to do a rebrand. At this junction, please allow me to brag a little about our executive and our membership. Forgive me, please, if I should sound a little too boastful when I say that the BVI Cancer Society comprises of more than 60 of the best people that you will ever meet.
The newly introduced BVI Cancer Society slogan is "We fight cancer in all its forms," and the president said that she is hoping that the use of the slogan will help to cement the general advocacy and awareness interest of the organization. During the rebranding ceremony, both Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Andre Foy, and Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Carvin Malone, and Mrs. Pernice Malone made donations to the BVI Cancer Society. The Premier reflected on the early beginnings of the society and lauded the membership on the good works over the years. The Premier noted that there are persons throughout the territory who have been affected by cancer. He also noted that even in his family, there are relatives affected by cancer. As such, Honorable Foy invited the gathering to do a moment of silence for those who died from the dreadful disease. The Minister of Health also congratulated the BVI Cancer Society on its milestone and stated that he intends to further efforts aimed at establishing a cancer registry in the British Virgin Islands. Reporting for 284 News, Ron Grant.
All persons wishing to contribute to the BVI Cancer Society by being a member or making a contribution are asked to contact the organization for more information. Our viewers, up next with some regional stories. Puerto Rico suffers from severe flooding and infant dies in Trinidad border security operation. All this when 284 News return.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire, bring it home and upgrade today.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, as the BVI experienced their own spell of unusual inclement weather over the weekend, nearby Puerto Rico suffered from an even more dreadful bout of torrential showers, where this resulted in the U.S. Caribbean territory suffering from mass flooding, ultimately basically closing dozens of schools on Monday. Reports have also been made of several road closures and residents forced into shelters following the flooding of homes across the island. Well, the Commissioner of the Bureau of Investigations, or the Commissioner for the Bureau of Emergency Management and Disaster Administration, Nino Correa, said more than 12 inches of rain was recorded in less than 6 hours. Over the weekend, Correa warned residents to stay in their homes and off the streets, seemingly concerned by the number of persons who were still driving on the streets in spite of the flash flood warning. But the National Weather Service in San Juan said that the town of Toa Alta in the northern region of Puerto Rico received the most rain with nearly 16 inches over the weekend. I'm sure residents, we would have remembered the showers we had over the weekend, basically where we were from Saturday, Sunday, and also as early as yesterday, Monday, where we would have been blessed with some showers from above, but nonetheless, we would have seen the Premier Andrew Foy in the photo circulating on Twitter for media, basically just clearing some of the roadways, that particular road path, and the Minister for Transportation, Works and Utilities urging residents as well here in the BVI to stay safe and basically motorists who are traversing the territory to do so exercising extreme caution. Ultimately, we would have had some good weather today, and we do hope that progresses throughout the rest of the week. Now, viewers, moving on to our final story, where sad news coming out of over the weekend as the Trinidad and Tobago's Coast Guard issued a statement reporting the death of a Venezuelan migrant infant during a border security operation on Saturday, February 5th. Our Nia Douglas has more on that story.
Tragedy struck on Saturday in the waters of Trinidad and Tobago, leaving an infant dead and their mother with injuries sustained. The infant, identified as Yalvis Santoyo Sarabia and mother Dariel V. Sarabia, were reportedly aboard a vessel alleged to be carrying approximately 40 migrants. Coast Guard officers claim they ordered the vessel to stop during a security operation that they allege was thought to involve human trafficking. After the vessel did not come to a stop, officials say officers shot at the engine in self-defense to prevent a collision. The official statement says the vessel eventually stopped, and only when it was discovered that there were illegal immigrants on board who had remained hidden and were therefore not seen before. Further checks discovered one adult female illegal migrant who was holding an infant and who indicated she was bleeding. The injured female was subsequently stabilized and has since been transferred to a local health facility. Regrettably, the infant was found to be unresponsive. The statement also offers condolences to the family and loved ones of the infant and wishes the mother, referred to as the injured female, a speedy recovery. Following the seemingly vague report of the circumstances resulting in the death, Venezuela is requesting more clarity. A statement from the Venezuelan Ministry of External Relations, MRE, originally published in Spanish, states that the Venezuelan government is urging the Trinidad and Tobago authorities to carry out an exhaustive investigation to clarify the facts surrounding this fatal incident. The MRE also said that President Nicolás Maduro Moros instructed the Venezuelan Foreign Ministry to activate diplomatic mechanisms in order to clarify this unfortunate fact and establish the necessary binational protocols to consolidate cross-border security dynamics that preserve the good understanding between our countries. While this statement was published on Monday, Sunday night, the Trinidadian Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, issued a statement via the Office of the Prime Minister, where he stated that he spoke to the Vice President of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez. Dr. Rowley said, "I just spoke to the Vice President of the Government of Venezuela. I conveyed our deepest sympathy to the family and wider Venezuelan community at this time of grief over the loss of the life of the young child at sea during security operations involving TT Coast Guard and traffickers transporting illicit entrants." She promised to fast-track the presentation of credentials for Ambassador Major General Edmond Dion, ambassador to the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. That will facilitate an early meeting between senior TT Coast Guard officers and senior officers of the Guardia Nacional to bring about better and more effective collaboration between the illicit trades of trafficking in people, guns, and drugs, etc., which are detrimental to both our nations. UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, OHCHR, the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and UNICEF also issued a joint release stating that they are deeply saddened by the news. Joint Special Representative of UNHCR and IOM for Venezuelan Refugees and Migrants, Dr. Eduardo Stein, also noted that this incident highlights the plight faced by people on the move during desperate and dangerous journeys to safety. Nia Douglas, 284 News.
Well, thank you, Nia. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for the daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284media.com. Well, have a happy Tuesday, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Livestream cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Bojangada, Jackson Lake, not forgetting Anigata. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly,